Don't want to look like a forgetful fool this Mother's Day? Stick around until the end of this video for a special deal on the Mother's Day gift of the year, Aura Frames. It seems as though the weekends are turning into, for my content anyway, me tackling white Christian nationalism on the reg. If you are a regular viewer and you enjoy these videos, you know what this is. If not, this is my special, super secret bat phone to Jesus that I use in a similar manner to charlatans and prophets of God, self-proclaimed as they might be, to speak to the almighty creator of everything seen and unseen. I will be talking about Hank Kunneman again today, who in a recent sermon talked about how God is right-wing. And he goes on to talk about the black evil that is the Democratic Party. But I want to address that particular element of his screed, of his hate. I don't know who said it or what the exact quote is, but it's something about when you know your God is man-made, when everybody you hate, your God also just happens to hate. It's something like that. I'm not one for memorizing quotes, so you'll have to forgive me. But in this screed, he talks about marriage being between one man and one woman, obviously in a bigoted rant about homosexuality, about gays, about lesbians, about trans people, about any out group that he particularly doesn't belong to. I guess we should just get to the clip here, and then we can address all of the absolute nonsense as he looks deep down the barrel of the camera lens to give a message to politicians. Seems as though a direct violation of the Johnson Act, which prohibits direct endorsements of policy or politicians from the pulpit. But, you know, who are we to expect Christian leaders to abide by the law of the land, to give unto Caesar what is Caesar's and to God what is God's? Watch Hank Kunneman.
By the way, God is far right. Never forget it. He doesn't just come in and say, oh, well, you know what? If you decide two men, you want to be married and you really love each other, I'll give you a pass. He said, no, marriage is between one man and one woman. That's red. That's called conservative. That's called righteous. Narrow road. It's not wide road. And let me say this, by the way, any politician that's watching, let me tell you something. The liberal left, they're not purple. They love the fact that they're blue. And boy, not just blue, they are dark, black evil. That Democratic Party of no religious affiliation.
Where to begin? First of all, our current president of the United States is a practicing, church-going religious man. The man you claimed God told you would win the last election, by all accounts, is a non-believer. He has no religious affiliation, as you scorn those who don't believe in your particular version, one of thousands of versions of Christianity. You liar, you grifter, you charlatan pig. Secondly, one man and one woman, that is not prescribed in the Bible as godly or far right. David, how many wives and concubines did David, a man after God's own heart, have? Abraham himself, sir, do you not remember the stories, the parables in the Bible about the most certainly fictional Abraham? Not just one wife, but that doesn't align with your cherry-picked version of your Bible. The things you ignore are the things most Christians actually adhere to. Respect for the poor, for the desperate, for the sick, for the needy. The admonitions in Levitican law about giving of the crops, a certain percentage of your crops to the hungry, that it's not stealing. You owe them that. Is that far right as well? Healing the sick while you desperately cling to a profit model in healthcare, an absolutely abjectly immoral system of healthcare in this country, being propped up by capitalists. Is capitalism also in the Bible? It was capitalism that caused Jesus to freak out in the temple, overturning tables and calling the money changers vipers. Tell me more about what messages you've gotten from your God, Hank Kunneman, as you cape for, as you campaign for, as you promote, as you bootlick Donald Trump, the man who's currently in the middle of a criminal trial for paying off a woman whose previous profession was to have sex on camera. He paid her to keep her mouth shut about the sex that he had with her. So his wife, who, when he had sex with her, the wife was home taking care of their baby that was just born. But it's the Democratic Party, tell me more, Hank Kunneman, that is evil and dark. Everyone sees through your nonsense who has any stronghold on reason and logic and rationality. It is only the MAGA crowd. It is only the cult. You are a lesser leader in the cult. Hank, how does that make you feel? That you are just a secondary leader in the cult of Donald Trump with your lies about God giving you messages. You are gross. You are an affront. You are a human manifestation of blasphemy itself. I'd love for some Hank Kunneman to get to me, sit down and have a conversation. But he's a coward. He is far too afraid for something like that. What do you think? I would love to know. You can call, leave me a voicemail, 714-576-4054. Of course, you can email me about God being far right. daily@dollemore.com. If you want to help support this work, you can click the join button below, become a channel member for $2 a month. You can go over to patreon.com/IDoubtItPodcast. And another way to support this channel is to stick around for a word from today's sponsor for this amazing Mother's Day deal. While there are several important considerations as we move into spring, when to get the grill and the patio furniture back out and into warm weather order, what's the best tonic to pair with this fancy new gin that you found, the top concern of the list should be the mothers in your life. That's right, you don't want to look like an inconsiderate oaf on Mother's Day when you fail to grab even a handful of grocery store roses for mom or your wife, your aunt, etc. And didn't you do those floppy flowers last year anyway? She doesn't want that. What's a thoughtful and easy gift for mothers in your life this Mother's Day? An Aura frame. Aura frames are beautiful, Wi-Fi connected digital picture frames that allow you to share and display unlimited photos. The frames just take a couple of minutes to set up via the Aura app, and the displays are meticulously high resolution, so you'd never know you're looking at a screen unless you really get in close. Right now, Aura has a great deal for Mother's Day. Listeners can save on the perfect gift by visiting auraframes.com to get $35 off, plus free shipping on their best-selling frame. That's auraframes.com. Use code Dollemore at checkout to save. Aura frames display in true color and automatically adjust to light levels in the room, so they'll turn off when you turn out the lights to save energy. And they have been featured in more than 130 gift guides, as well as named the #1 digital picture frame by the New York Times' Wirecutter, which I very much trust, The Strategist, and Wired Magazine. Oh, and the best part, each Aura frame comes pre-packaged in a premium gift box, so they're already wrapped. Go in for the win this Mother's Day. Head to auraframes.com now to get $35 off their best-selling Carver matte frame, plus free shipping. That's auraframes.com and use code Dollemore at checkout. Give yourself the aura of son or husband of the year with Aura frames. Terms and conditions apply.